All right, let's get into it. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful modern parable. It's all about this massive clash between two ways of looking at the world. One that's all about striving and climbing higher, and another that just wants to find a comfortable spot and stay there.
So, this story kicks off with a bang. Our main character, this new man, doesn't just arrive, he crashes the party. He comes down like a bolt of lightning into a world that's been sitting still for way, way too long. He's not here to make friends, he's here to shake things up.
Okay, so this first part, A Storm in the Bazaar, is all about setting the stage. We've got these two totally opposite forces, and to really get the conflict, you first have to understand the world that they're about to collide in. And this slide just lays it all out crystal clear. On one side, you have the new man. All his descriptors are about energy, movement, power, lightning, ascent, will. And on the other side, the sleepers. Everything about them is stillness, safety, and, well, apathy. A stagnant pond. Comfort. These aren't just characters. They are completely opposing philosophies about what it means to be alive.
Now this bazaar of the sleepers isn't your average market. It's a symbol for an entire civilization that has basically decided that mediocrity is the goal. The small poisons it mentions, those are all the little comforts and distractions that numb your ambition. And they trade in the currency of the last man. That's an idea from the philosopher Nietzsche, describing people whose only goal in life is to be comfortable and safe, avoiding any kind of risk or greatness.
So, into this world that's obsessed with being comfortable, walks its complete and total opposite. The new man is this walking, talking paradox that scares them because he embodies all the dynamic, forward-moving energy that they have spent their entire lives trying to stamp out.
The story says he hums with agnostic engine. Now this is a really cool and important idea. It means he's not just using technology to make his life easier, like the sleepers would. No, he commands it. He's mastered the machine and turned it into a tool to push his own will out into the world.
And this right here, this is his core motivation. It's not about getting somewhere peaceful and then just relaxing. It's about this insatiable appetite for the ascent. The climb itself is the whole point. He actually looks for obstacles to overcome because he knows that's the only way to grow.
So let's move on. How does this new man try to get his message across? He doesn't just stand there and judge this world. He actually tries to wake it up.
He gets up on the central fountain to give his big speech. And you can just imagine the crowd, right? They're probably looking up, hoping he's going to promise them even more comfort, maybe some new gadget to make life even easier. But what he offers is the exact opposite of what they want.
And this is the absolute crux of his message. This offer, dangerous freedom. It's a kind of freedom that comes with risk, with struggle. He's asking them to reject what he calls their living death of ease. He's basically telling them to trade their warm, safe beds for a sharp, jagged mountain and start climbing.
He shouts out this philosophy of total self-mastery. I am the I who rules the not I. What he's saying is that your will, the I, should impose itself on the world, the not I. You should shape reality, not just let it happen to you. And for a passive crowd that just wants things to be easy, that idea is absolutely terrifying.
And this loops right back to his view of technology. For the sleepers, a machine is like a cozy bed for the soul, something to make life easier. For him, the machine is the next great challenge. It's the ultimate obstacle to test your will against and expand it towards the infinite.
So you have a society that's completely dedicated to comfort. How are they going to react to a call for dangerous, difficult striving? Well, pretty much exactly how you'd think. They don't hear a savior, they hear a threat.
It's kind of ironic, really. They look up at this powerful, fully awakened being, and all they see is a broken man, a soothsayer just spouting chaos. In their world, he's the one who's lost his mind, because they can't imagine that maybe, just maybe, he's the only one who's actually awake.
And their resistance isn't just on the surface. It runs deep. Their entire civilization is literally built on the fear of the climb. They don't want a leader to show them the way up a mountain. They want an architect of apathy who'll build them higher walls to hide behind. So when he offers them the blaze of a sun, limitless potential, they see it as a curse and run back to the familiar shadows.
Then he gets it. He realizes they are terrified of the Anstas. This is a key idea. It's that feeling of resistance, that check you get when you push against an obstacle. For the new man, that friction is how you know you're alive. It's what proves your own power. For the sleepers, it's just pain, and something to be avoided at all costs. So, seeing that his message has been totally rejected, the new man's tone changes completely. The invitation is over. His offer transforms into a final, thundering judgment. The text says he speaks with the voice of the Faustian Übermensch, a being driven by this relentless, world-shaping ambition.
His voice just booms across the marketplace. This is no longer a sermon, it's a condemnation. He's accusing them of building a comfortable little cage for themselves, and then convincing themselves that that cage is the entire universe. They refuse to even look up at the stars.
And here's the consequence he lays out for them. He tells them that in their endless search for safety and peace, they're not going to find contentment, they're going to find decay. Because by refusing the struggle, they've chosen to be stagnant, and that's really just a slow death.
Then, with a single, powerful cry, Excelsior! He signals he's done. It's a Latin word that means ever upward. It's his final word, his personal motto, and the ultimate rejection of their world, which only knows how to sink deeper into comfort.
He launches himself back into the sky, and this single action proves his entire point. He isn't being cast out by them, he isn't their prisoner. He is the pilot of his own destiny, in complete control of his own ascent.
And this is the final image we're left with. He leaves their bazaar to its living death and chooses the dangerous freedom of the sky. He literally becomes pure forward momentum, an engine of infinite acceleration that they could never hope to understand, let alone catch.
And that's where the story leaves us, with this really provocative question. It forces you to look at our own world, with all its promises of convenience and ease, and ask yourself, are we living in that bazaar right now? And maybe more importantly, if some storm came, if a voice arrived offering a harder but maybe more meaningful path, would we even be able to hear it?